Hey, how you doing? I'm sorry that the lighting is really bad. I am actually recording this late at night, but yep, we're doing another CinemaWins reaction video, and this is another request that I got. I believe the comment was from Red Dragon Force 2. I might be saying that wrong, but I mean, I will have the comment on the screen. But yeah, he suggested watching the CinemaWins Super Mario Brothers movies, and he suggested both of them. So, yep, we're doing that. Now, we are starting with the live action 1993 movie, which, so to preface this, I never actually watched it before he posted that comment. I had heard a lot about it. Like I watched this is one video that went over its production. I watched that over and over again. How insane its production was. How they kept rewriting the script and it was all over the place. Nobody had a good time making it. Apparently, Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo were drinking while shooting. So pretty insane. That made me more interested than seeing the actual movie. But yeah, after that request, I was like, sure, I guess I'll check it out. And for some reason, it's not on any streaming service, so I actually had to get the DVD. Yeah, here it is. I actually had to get the DVD for this because it's not on any streaming service. Got to go the old-fashioned way. So yeah, I finally have seen it now. I am actually recording this just after watching it, and what did I just watch? Like, I actually just saw the Minecraft movie like the day before too, and a lot of people are saying that's a so bad it's good kind of movie, which I totally get. And I feel like this one was that same way, but on another level. Like, it is so stupid and ridiculous. Like it looks nothing like the Mario games. Like they weren't even trying to make it look like the games. It's kind of ridiculous, and the plot just felt so incoherent and all over the place. And it definitely is a so bad it's good kind of movie because I just couldn't help but be in awe of how stupid it was. And Bob Hoskins, he was actually really fun. I really enjoyed his performance. So, and Dennis Hopper was kind of fun too, even if he wasn't the funniest villain I've ever seen. And John Leguizamo was weird as Luigi. I don't know what they were doing with him. And yeah, and the Alan Silvestri music too, the most cartoony music I've from him I've ever heard. So there's my quick review of the movie. So now we can finally get into the CinemaWins reaction video. So I am really curious to see what Lee has to say about this, because yeah, it's a bad movie, but I mean I'm sure he'll probably say, hey, it's really enjoyable, which it was enjoyable, but not in the way it should be. So yeah, with all that in mind, let's get this over with. Oh, that's too quiet. All right, here we go. All right. It's a weird title card too. I will say this, that was really cool. I loved the music that played there. Yeah, and it played during the DVD menu. That was really cool.
You know, this movie isn't always the most faithful adaptation.
It's not.
8-year-old Lee was hooked the second he heard that theme. What could possibly go wrong?
Then something happened. A giant.
Oh yeah, and then this weird opening with the dinosaurs and all that. Like, where did that whole thing come from? Like, what were the writers on when they came up with that? Like, wow.
Meteorite struck the Earth.
Speaking of which, they got Homer Simpson to open this masterpiece, and he
Seriously? Okay.
even some 8-bit stylization to open our video game movie.
What if the
Yeah, that's
dinosaurs
true.
were all destroyed? It created a parallel dimension where the dinosaurs evolve into intelligent, vicious, aggressive beings.
Like,
It's a
what?
great concept for a movie. The Good Dinosaur before The Good Dinosaur. Also, I think it's a
It kind of, oh my gosh, it kind of is, isn't it? Like, what if the meteor did something different than what it actually happened? Yeah, kind of was. But I just remember watching that. It's like, okay, simple enough. Dinosaurs 65 million years ago, sure. And then it gets into the whole meteorite and the parallel dimension thing. I was just like, where did that come from? Yeah.
to say that all those stupid reptilian conspiracy theories that say that the rich and powerful are actually lizards all stemmed from this movie. Obviously, that's the case.
Probably.
Tight lighting and framing. We've got some quality cinematography happening here. Always a good idea to choose now or present as your timestamp, since clearly it's a very fluid idea. Really?
Oh, yeah. I wonder if he's going to mention that, the Twin Towers. Because at the end of the movie, they get destroyed. And I thought, this came out before 9/11, didn't it? Like, they actually predicted that. Like, wow.
Leaning into Mario
Who hangs up plungers like that?
and Luigi being plumbers. Only an insane person would put a filthy plunger on the wall.
That's, yeah, exactly.
Obviously, Mario does.
Another dimension, the universe next door. An alternate world separated by time and space.
Men in Black 2 used the same device of weirdo sci-fi show explaining the plot. Hope they gave Bob Hoskins residuals. You guys left your bird outside. Let him in. It's dimensional travel shadowing because of the pixelation thing, and also I can smell and taste that image.
Do you remember that? I actually remember owning the...
It's dimensional.
Yeah, that thing. Do you remember those? I feel like I haven't seen those in forever. I remember having those, and I'm not even a 90s kid.
Travel shadowing because of the pixelation thing, and also I can smell and taste that image.
Who's in charge of this hole?
I'm the boss here.
Samantha Mathis had an iconic 6 years from 90 to 96. Pump Up the Volume, Fern Gully, Broken Arrow, a bunch of others. Put some respect on this 90s icon's name.
Oh, sorry, I haven't seen this. I think this might be the only movie I've seen her in, so sorry.
A lot of girls have been going missing in Brooklyn lately. I'd be careful.
That's what you have to love about mobsters. He didn't have anything to do with the missing girls, but he'll still use it to his advantage. A mafia win. He's a creep.
They say it's dark.
Oh, yeah, these guys. Yeah, I never found them funny. I was just, anytime they would talk, I would just sit there and be like, that was not even a good attempt at a joke.
They'll eat any mammal like we'll eat any reptile? Seems right.
They say it's dark.
Because they'll eat any mammal like we'll eat any reptile? Seems right.
Okay.
Hugo is a whole different kind of weirdo now. Fisher Stevens has creep range. It's actually crazy how much of my childhood this guy was in. Mystery Date, Hackers, Nina Takes a Lover, Short Circuit 1 and 2. Wait, wasn't the lead in those movies Indian? Oh, no.
Oof.
Classic 90s window pane slapstick. Can't beat it.
Yeah.
It's like the flower and everything. But it's not like I hang around in flower shops and nothing like that.
Yeah, we don't talk about Bruno, but Bruno ain't about talking. A true gentleman.
Oh, yeah, doesn't... Oh, yeah, John Leguizamo voiced Bruno, doesn't he? If I remember correctly, yeah.
Oh, I was abandoned.
Yeah.
I grew up.
Oh, that was another weird thing. Mario has a girlfriend, but that's not Peach. Like, I don't remember what her name is, but it's not Peach. It was just like you had Luigi with Daisy, but you didn't have Peach at least. Like, what? Like, wouldn't it have made more sense to have Peach be the princess in the other dimension? Like, yeah.
I grew up at St. Teresa's on Fulton Street.
Also, the egg thing. You hatched from an egg. Not sure why you're leaving that part out.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah, yeah, that happened.
Been my mother my whole life. My father. He's been my father, my uncle, my brother, everybody.
I really can't state enough how natural and amazing John Leguizamo's performance is. Being smashed 24/7 probably helped.
Out of my way.
It was an empty parked car.
Weird is working in a bone pit all day.
Yeah, but and the egg thing.
Yeah.
It's almost as if he was a monster trying to be a human being. It's beautiful.
Bizarrely poetic moment in the video game movie about plumbers. Also, is that like one of Yoshi's relatives?
Strap your belt on, kid. We're going in.
Ladies, gentlemen, lovelies outside the binary. The late Mr. Bob Hoskins. He's played Iago. He's played Smee. Spore, the other time he was a plumber. He was Eddie Valiant. You can take the man out of the theater, but can't take the theater out of the man.
Yeah, I mean, I said this earlier. Bob Hoskins really made this movie worth watching. And I just couldn't help but smile whenever he said anything, basically. Just, yeah. I've only seen him in, he mentioned Iago, but I thought somebody else voiced him in Aladdin. But other than that, yeah, I've seen him in Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Hook, and that's it. And now this, so I feel like I need to see more of his movies because, yeah, he's a really fun actor. Yeah.
Huge missed opportunity to have no actual hands-on plumbing in the Mario games. Also, teamwork.
That's the echo.
How do you know?
I've been listening to pipes all my life.
Also, some real plumber know-how, really lending to the idea that plumbers would be perfect heroes. Look at those visual effects.
Yeah, very
Seeing
90s.
this aesthetic show up now on album covers, music videos, and clothes as a hip 90s aesthetic is a trip. Whatever you think is uncool now will eventually be cool again. Therefore, I will be cool again.
Ah, okay.
Now if I get that place, I'm gonna break every bone in their body, and then I'm gonna kill them.
Spoken like a true Harold Shand.
I watched a pitch meeting before I saw this movie, and when Ryan said that Mario said that, I was like, wait, he actually... And then I heard him say it in the movie, I'm gonna break all the bone in the body, and then I'm gonna kill him. Like, oh, he actually did say that. Okay, then.
Even with this loose adaptation,
Very
the production designers snuck in
loose.
awesome Easter eggs like Hammer Bros, Thwomp Stomper,
I noticed the Thwomp thing, yeah.
Fire Snake, Bullet
Did not...
Bills, even
Bolt Bills? Oh, I never noticed that one.
the cab is Wiggler. Love everyone. There was talk of the original version of this movie being very Tim Burton-y, and I feel like this is a taste of that. Off-putting, is that fair?
I could see that, yeah. How... I don't think... Tim Burton directing a Mario movie, that sounds weird. I mean, Burton would have made it more darker, I feel like, because he always has a really dark and spin on his movies.
As far as B-roll goes, this is top-notch, grade A stuff. No context, just a person crashing their bike.
Yeah. Hold on.
Top-notch, grade A stuff. No context, just a person crashing their bike.
Fiona Shaw is in this, who would later go on to be Aunt Petunia in the Potter films, and she was also Marva Andor in Andor. She was in this weird Mario movie. I can't believe I live in a world with that, but then again, we live in a world where the Minecraft movie exists and is the way it is, so I don't know what to believe anymore.
Hello, morons. Hello.
They just respond with positivity. True optimists.
Yeah.
Plumbers. He says it like they're an opposing political party. The 90s, man. What a time. The thing about the Easter eggs is that they really only landed for the kids who read the game manuals, because it's not like anyone called this guy a tweeter in the game. So there's some deep cuts for the real nerds among us.
Oh.
Want to around without a weapon.
Yeah.
You got one?
And then she pulls out a gun. Yeah.
You can feel it coming and it still works so well.
Yeah.
Old ladies have just got a soft spot for him. And apparently before they were just doing this, Thwomps must have had a thriving rocket boot business.
Oh, yeah. Skip the ad. And now. That's Toad, apparently. Like, you're not even trying, guys.
A Mojo Nixon cameo is not what I expected in this film, but as they say, if you don't got Mojo Nixon, then your film could use some fixing.
You can't arrest a guy that's just singing a song.
He may not agree with your message, but he'll damn sure fight for your right to sing it. What's that hat made? Oh, is that a pig lady? Remember that Bronson Pinchot movie, Hot Resort? Yeah, me either, but Dana Kaminsky was in that too.
Oh, okay.
Why do the cop cars have arresting gear like an aircraft carrier? Not sure, but it probably has something to do with them all being electric since there were no fossil fuels to burn for gasoline. You know, because the dinos didn't die.
Sure.
We dead?
Fair question.
That's that old king. It's true. And he's been de-evolved. De-evolved into fungus. And now he's wreaking his revenge on the city.
Just the most absurd exposition, and every word is true. Great and weird detail that Koopa is a germaphobe. Adds to his eliteness.
Yeah, this is before COVID.
Egg sucker feels like a slur, and considering the reproduction here, it's kind of like baby eater. I mean, Lena is sucking an egg earlier, so maybe it's just an insult for rich jerk. Mrs. Dursley Unleashed is something I'm surprisingly here for, though. Man, this freaked me right out as a kid. Still does.
Yeah.
I mean, now he's stinking cute, and not the worst iteration of these guys. I mean, it made sense to me as a kid. I think something
And those are called Goombas, even though they look nothing like Goombas. Yeah.
must have been left on the cutting room floor, just like that giant pile of goose poop. Either way, I could watch that cop slipping and absolutely eating it all day. What?
Is that what that is?
They don't bounce, JK. Another great attempt at adaptation. I guess they could be like the ones from Bowser. That's actually a pretty dope move. Resourcefulness.
That was actually a really fun gag.
The score is so fun and zany. It makes the scene almost feel like a cartoon.
Yeah.
You put some metal behind it, even some Terminator industrial synth, and all of a sudden you realize the heroes just stole a cop car and are getting shot at.
This is driving!
I didn't have an SNES, so I had no clue what he was talking about. In a few years, my buddy would get Mario Kart 64, and I'd forgotten this movie existed. Dang, I'd have to guess it's around 1,312 degrees in there?
Weirdest handshake
Kinda sounds
ever.
like the power-up sound? But really, it's just Bob and John getting excited about the next setup so they can toss a few back.
Okay,
Koopa
sure.
Murray Desert. Always hated the desert levels. Stupid sun. Stupid whatever this thing is.
And this giant booger caught us in there. That's what saved us.
Have some fun and go down the absolutely bananas internet rabbit holes of is fungus alien and is fungus sentient? It really is bananas, and also it will make some of the movies seem less bananas, which in itself is also bananas.
Very much, yeah. The whole fungus thing was weird.
Your mother's eyes.
Checks out since she played her own mother. That's the dream. I don't want to be an actor, but I'd love to play my own dad.
Yeah, I also thought too, like, oh, you have your mother's eyes, and she played Harry Potter's aunt, and there's a whole thing in that series about, oh, you have your mom's eyes. Like, I don't know, I just thought, interesting parallel there.
I'm not so benevolent dictator.
Immediately, intelligence makes them anti-bad guy and anti-authoritarianism. Makes you think, don't it?
Square root of 26,481 is?
What are you talking about?
191.
It absolutely isn't. It's 162.729 blah blah blah. Turns out bigger brains just make you think you know stuff.
Oh, really? Huh. So it's kind of like that. I'm not thinking of that. Like, I first saw that, I thought of that scene in Wizard of Oz when, you know, the Scarecrow does that math problem. And a lot of people were like, he had the wrong answer. So I guess I guess that was an homage to Wizard of Oz. Sure.
Luigi's has gay rights. Also, John Leguizamo's workout routine.
Are the Goombas training with the handheld de-evolution gun?
As we speak, sir.
Chekhov's handheld de-evolution gun. Again, the 90s were a trip.
Disgusting.
Yeah. The 90s were weird. I've seen a lot of 90s movies. Yeah.
Fair.
Where's my father?
He's around.
He's not lying. Honesty.
That's true, yeah.
Fresh. So clean.
You might even say nobody is as dope as her.
Yeah, what was this
Although
scene
both
about?
Mika Dees and Frank Booth wish they had that tongue.
You know what they say about little girls, don't you? They never forget the first time they kissed by a lizard.
I like that we don't know if that's actually a saying in the Mushroom Kingdom or if Koopa is just a creep. Well, he's definitely a creep, but like extra creepy. I always kind of forget the part about the Mario Brothers lore that Koopa or Bowser is in love with the princess. And it's fascinating that this movie is the only time things would actually, work. And it makes it easily the creepiest version of Koopa ever.
Huh. Yeah, I guess that's... I mean, yeah, I know there's this whole thing. I guess there are some games where Bowser wants to marry Peach. And even in the animated Mario movie, yeah, Bowser's whole motivation was to marry Peach. So, yeah, I guess there's that. This is a weird scene.
Throwback.
How dare you kick Yoshi?
Yeah.
But also solid burn.
That animatronic is actually really good. Like, I saw that. I was like, wow. I mean, this did come out the same year as Jurassic Park, so I guess it makes sense. But yeah, apparently that's Yoshi, but that's more believable than Toad and the Goombas.
Yoshi has always been the cutest, and you wouldn't think actual Dino would carry that on, but dang it, he does.
Yeah.
You guys are quite
He was cute.
Aw, compliments. John Leguizamo said that many of the dancers in this scene were actually local strippers from the area, and so they dressed as such, and the studio decided to cut lots of this scene out. The more you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Once again, bringing that smooth Harold Shand energy. Bob Hoskins says game. You'd already know this if you had Nebula. I talk about it in my video about how the Daniel Craig Bond movies were essentially gangster movies. You should go watch it. Bold move for the first try.
That happened, yeah.
Grab the rock between the strangers' bob-ombs with my mouth would probably be at the end of a pretty long list of other ways to get it, at least for me. But you do you, MM. You do you.
Like, it's like, I'm just saying that, like, is YouTube even okay with that? Because...
I'd say that Walk the Dinosaur was too on the nose to be playing in a nightclub, but I actually bet it plays 3 to 4 times per night because that's how it would be in our dimension. Also just hitting me that Mario is wearing gloves and I officially want to dress like this man for the rest of my life. I saw that smile. Mario might have acted like he was doing it all just to get the rock back, but the man is down to clown.
Koopa here.
Does the gun control the FaceTime chat, or is he threatening the pizza guy? Or is it just that the scene where the big bad orders pizza wasn't weird enough?
Yeah. Okay, another ad.
Come to the table.
It's what we all bring.
That whole pizza gag was weird. Like, I don't even know. Like, they do that pizza gag 3 times, and the payoff was weird. Where I was like, what was even the joke? Like,
Something about seeing these guys in these outfits makes me want to go to Pizza Hut or McDonald's and supersize something. Just an immediate dose of nostalgic dopamine that hits me for some reason. Stuffed crust, anyone? Yeah, same.
Fashion, oppressor of the proletariat.
Based Iggy and Spike. Honestly, I'm glad to see that the Plague finally realized solidarity was the key. Also stoked to see that Vito did, in fact, do the right thing.
What I mean is, I think we can do this together. I think I can help you. We can talk about this later. Very well, then.
oh yeah, and then she just,
Yeah, that's what Carolyn Martins would do.
yeah, she just randomly is all like, I'm gonna do my own thing. I was just like, where did that come from?
He really is so pleased with himself. Just the happiest little guy, or big guy, small head.
Yeah.
Nope, you stab Yoshi, you die. I mean, I get it, the dude swallows huge things whole, but still, you die. Them's the rules.
What?
So apparently the reason here was that some reptiles sort of get in a trance with rhythmic movement, but I like to think the Goombas just really love to dance. Honestly, I just love everything about the Goombas. I love looking at them. They spark joy, what can I say? And this is easily a top 5 scene in this movie. He's trying so hard. You gotta ship
Yeah.
him. And she recognizes he's one of the good ones. Heartwarming.
This is my father?
Yes.
Don't worry, Daisy. He seems like a fun guy. It's fair, it's fair.
Very funny.
They're so stupid, and I love it. They just increase their vocabulary and confidence.
How did you know they do that? Huh? Because everybody loves to dance, that's why.
See, he gets it. They got me on this one. I love that it plays into Luigi's whimsical way of doing things. You kind of think, yeah, if you believe it enough, you can totally fly. It's even funnier because just gotta believe is Luigi's goal for Mario.
You just gotta believe.
Yeah. I will admit, I did actually think Luigi was flying there for a second before it was revealed that Hook was holding him. That was weird too. Like, Luigi had a whole thing with believing and doing all this, like, basically being a religious nut. It kind of felt like, I don't even know what they were doing with him. Like, I guess he's young. That's the whole thing. But I don't know. I didn't get it.
Probably slightly too extended hugging for the timing, but still hugging.
Thank you for all your help.
That's Daisy's father, sure.
Leguizamo plays Luigi so sincerely. He's kind of a doofus, but also he's a total sweetie. I love how Hopper keeps his hands close to his body like a T-Rex. And fun fact, the directors hated it. Making movies seems fun.
Tyrannosaurus Rex, the Lizard King.
Really just want nothing but the best for these two. It's clear they were meant to be.
Oh, that's what her name was. Okay, now I know. Daniela. I'm going to forget that tomorrow.
Promise to take it to WrestleMania.
Hi, Mario!
We've all got that one friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for Angelica. She's from Queens.
Well, that explains it. Queens. Psh, only respect girls from Brooklyn. I actually have no opinions on boroughs of New York. That seems like a mistake. But
Yeah,
Captain America was from Brooklyn and Peter was from Queens. Remember? It's a thing. Hey, look at that painting.
Yeah, it's that's what I thought of too. That bit in Civil War. Yeah.
The evolution guns, prepare for destiny. Where's my pizza?
Priorities.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no Willow, but this is a pretty solid unorthodox sledding scene, and if I'm being real, Satch's Speed of Light may actually be too perfect of a song choice, almost too feel good. You know I'm just happy to see the Goombas having so much fun. Hashtag justice for Goombas.
Just for
We came
Goombas.
full circle.
Oh yeah.
Humans. So your pizza's here. Not now.
I really love the pizza subplot. There's literally no reason for it, but it's just perfect.
Yeah, that's the payoff. It was weird. Like, I don't even, like, we didn't even see the pizza. Like, wouldn't it have been funnier if wouldn't it have been funnier if the delivery guy just brought him the pizza and then he was just like knocked it aside? Not now. I feel like that would have been funnier, but oh well.
Mario says gay rights. Electro
Gay
death
rights.
shadowing.
Yeah.
A sex bomb?
Wow. Scott Pilgrim.
Didn't see this coming, and it is brutal.
Yeah,
So
where did that was another thing. You just see her like turn to a skeleton. I was like, whoa! Like that super violent death felt like it came out of nowhere. Like, where did that super dark tone come from? Because this movie was mostly really lighthearted.
A human de-evolving wouldn't become a chimp, even though it's kind of a common evolution misconception. We didn't evolve from apes, we just share a common ancestor. And he'd probably look more like a bonobo, but really a unique mammal that doesn't exist anymore. Anyway, back to the video game movie about palette-swapped plumbers. I mean, why not? Almost nothing
Yeah.
has made sense in this movie at all, and I'm still loving every minute of it. Why not
Yeah.
have Mario use a mushroom as a shield and then Captain America that piece at Koopa? Get it. Trust
No.
the fungus.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I just saw that happen and I was like, what is happening? Like, but yeah, I mean, I see what he's saying. I just couldn't help but be amazed and kind of like it. I kind of like that because it's so dumb. Yeah, I see what Leah's saying. Yeah.
Everyone in this kingdom seems to know what this little guy is and completely fears it.
Yeah, they do.
I really worried that harmonica was just decoration, and I am pleased that it isn't. This right here is the part that stuck with me. If you asked me what happened in Super Mario Bros. As a kid, I'd have said there were tiny dino head bad guys, and then in the end, there's a bucket, and the big bad guy shows his true form, a terrifying toothed monster. I didn't know he was de-evolving into a T-Rex, I just assumed he was nightmare fuel beneath the human skin suit all along.
Oh.
This part seems a little closer to true evolution in the video game movie about palette-swapped plumbers. Again with the zany music, where's Danny Elfman when you need him? You can't say they didn't pick a tone and stick to it, though. And that tone was 90s.
Very
Fun
much
fact, Lance
90s.
Henriksen actually came up with the idea of coughing up Rice Krispies when the king re-evolves because he thought he'd have some fungus inside.
What? Lance Henriksen? I feel like, hold on. I know that name. I think I know who I'm thinking of. Hold on. Lance Henriksen. Is he Bishop from Alien? Or Aliens? Yeah, he's Bishop. That was Bishop from Aliens? Okay. I did not know that. I didn't even recognize him. Okay.
Lena continuity. Love.
I'd call them the Super Mario Brothers.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
roll
but you'd be wrong
credits.
because it's Mario.
Luigi, Mario!
And
Daisy!
You gotta come with me, I need your help.
Honestly, I would love to see what they had planned for the sequel. Plus, she's got her own correctly colored coveralls.
yeah, who knows what they would have done in that sequel. What even were they planning for? Who knows? I mean, if there was a sequel, I would have watched it just to see what other ridiculous stuff they could have come up with. So I'll say that.
I believe.
Aw, that's called a character arc.
A video game based on your
I did see that. Yeah, there is a credit scene, apparently.
many adventures.
What would you call it?
The Super Koopa Cousins.
Ha! Bet you didn't know Super Mario Bros. Had a post-credits stinger, did ya? I'd play it.
Yeah.
Super Mario Bros. Is a tough one for me to really judge because while it wasn't exactly my childhood the way some 80s and 90s movies were, I only saw it a few times, it still holds a special place. I'm not an idiot. I can watch it now and see that it's a weird mess of direction, writing, and even performances are all over the place. But it's still
Yeah.
got heart, and dang it if it isn't just so much fun.
No, it is fun. I can't deny it. It is. It is fun. It's stupid, but it's fun. A lot like the Minecraft movie, where I had very similar feelings with that. I feel like this one was dumber than the Minecraft movie just because of how ridiculous it was. Like, again, how little it resembled the games.
The design alone in this film is just next level. I really do love how Mario and Luigi end up in their classic colors. The Goombas, while not particularly related to their video game counterparts, are so wonderfully lurchy. And like, that's just because the tiny animatronic heads are above their real ones, right? No in-universe reason, just is the way it is. And taking the concept of the Mushroom Kingdom and just slathering a city in fungus is amazingly weird in all the right ways. The effects have been clowned on for years, but honestly, it works with the aesthetic of the films and feels very in-world.
Yeah.
I think several variations of the de-evolving Koopa looked awesome, and if I had one real complaint, it's that I definitely wanted a full scene with Koopa in dino form.
That would've been
but
cool.
That was going to be too expensive. Thing
fair.
is, like with many of the problem movies from any decade, studio interference was issue number one. Then it feels like we go from a kid's movie to a weird dark comedy, and then just the most faithful adaptation of an 8-bit 3-color sprite who hated blocks is thanks to studio rewrites, funding issues, even actors throwing fits. And now we have what we have. Now,
Yeah, I did mention this. Yeah, this movie was a mess. While they were making it, like they had they were just kind of making it up as they went along. They kept rewriting the script. They had a lot of studio interference. The directors just kept changing their minds. It's actually a miracle the final product turned out as somewhat coherent. It is a decently coherent movie. It's kind of a miracle that it's not messier than it already is.
now, I'm not saying that had the studio not interfered, we'd be talking about the worldwide phenomenon and Best Picture winner Super Mario Bros. But I
No.
do think Annabelle Jankel and Rocky Morton's The Max Headroom folks' original idea sounds like a much more fascinating film. But hey, then we wouldn't have Bob Hoskins doing this hammy Brooklyn accent.
We got white. Now if I get that place, I'm your main man. You Ramadan, you can of Spain.
Legend has it that Bob and John made it through the tumultuous production by getting hammered.
Yeah.
So that checks out.
Yeah.
Hoskins is a world-class actor who never really got his due, at least in the States. Honestly, his relationship with the movie kind of bums me out. Apparently, he fully regretted making it and was massively embarrassed by it. And like, I get
Yeah.
it, but also I wish he could have lived to see the resurgence of the fandom for this film. Regardless of what he thought of the film, it really did bring some people joy, and I guarantee had he lived to be in a legacy sequel, he would have crushed it. And
Yeah, that would have been nice. I don't know if he would have wanted to be in it though. Oh, because I did read a quote from him talking about how much he hated being it. Like he said the directing duo. I'm trying to remember. He said the directing duo, like husband and wife duo, they had arrogance that had been mistaken for talent, which is really funny that he said that. So yeah, I mean he would come back if they were involved, which yeah, but of course he's no longer with us. So yeah, but
John Leguizamo is also a world-class actor. Not saying that lightly, but it's also not like he shies away from the weird. Romeo and Juliet, Land of the Dead, Moulin Rouge, Spawn, that's a special one. But
5 Ice Age movies. He was also in 5 Ice Age movies, soon to be a 6th. So yeah.
the guy has range. He does small parts in John Wick while also Sid the Slothing at the same time.
Yeah, he brought it up too. Yeah, I mean, he was really good in John Wick too.
His energy and charisma and sincerity are clear in this film, and it's why he started to blow up right after. Some of the folks involved in this film have talked about how midway through production, everyone started looking at each other and realized it was going to be bad. And nobody wants to be in a bomb, but the thing is, bombs are still fun.
Yeah.
This movie is fun and weird, just so dang weird.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, it's kind of like somebody put the synopsis of a Mario game into Google Translate, translated into another language, and then back to English. It's not wrong, really?
That is exactly. He described it perfectly. That is exactly what this movie is.
But it's not right. But it is a ride.
Yes.
Surprise me, entertain me, and based on everything I've heard so far, for better or worse, it's the exact opposite of the new Mario movie that just came out. But you know I'll be there to find the bright side. That's the name of the channel? Bright Side, where we shine a light on the side that it wasn't. It'll be bright now. So
Yeah, sure.
Wait, no, almost forgot. Next week is a long one.
I feel like that looks familiar. I'm gonna hate myself if I don't get it. But yeah. 131. Finally the cure for what? Okay, I don't think I get it. Yeah, we will get to that animated Mario movie later on. But yeah. Alright, that was my reaction to CinemaWins' Super Mario Brothers movie, or at least the 93 version. Yeah, pretty much agree with a lot of the things he says. This movie is really weird. It doesn't make sense at all, but it is really fun. So, yeah. Yep. Even he seems to be aware how stupid this movie is. So I like that. Yep. Not much else I can think of. And yeah, again, we will do the animated one at some point. Not sure exactly when, but yep, that'll be all for now. So, peace.